What is going on, guys? It is Paul, 1VapingTrucker, coming at you live from the house here at 1VapingTrucker Studios. Guys, I apologize for the late start. I got asked to judge a cloud competition tonight over at Wired Vapor, so that is why we are running behind. It is 1VapingTrucker's fault. So, with that being said, tonight we are... There we go. Yeah, there he is. We are joined by, as normal, Big Bob Major.
Oh, is it my turn to talk now?
Well, we're going to just kind of throw it out there real quick in a quick, fast format type of thing.
Get the introductions in and out of the way. That way we can get to more pressing topics.
That's right.
Paul?
Yes.
How many devices are you running tonight? Two, right?
We're gonna. I've got
Two,
several,
right?
but we're only going to talk about three.
Okay.
I'm going to give a first impression, and then I'm going to go with the two that I'm actually running.
Okay. I'm going to apologize right off the bat to our viewing audience if you see me cut in and out throughout the night. I am currently having internet issues with both the truck stop and my Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone. So, apologies. I have not left the building. I'm just dealing with shitty Sprint and shitty Petro Wi-Fi.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you,
I'm gonna fucking kill someone.
Yeah, well, it's amazing. We have, Bob with everything, and of course we've got.
Talking to the mic, Paul.
Yeah, I'm actually. Did that drop my level?
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, let's not do that then. That should be better.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to do a podcast recording while we're doing this. We're going to try it out, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to pull it down and strip it and do all the necessary stuff that has to be done. But we're going to try to cheat and do it at the same time. So we got that going over there. I can see me and I can see you guys, but I was a little louder than y'all, so I wanted to try to bring my level down, but apparently that's not going to happen. So we're going to go with it. As I was saying, we have Mr. Nick Bessette with us this evening. How are you doing tonight, Nick?
I am just wonderful. Tired. Today was my last day of working this week, so tomorrow's my first day off. And last week I was at Vape Expo, New Jersey, so that really wasn't a day off for me. I was up at 7 o'clock in the morning getting ready to go down there, and we were up until probably about 1 o'clock, got stuck in traffic on the way home, so that really wasn't a day off for me. That was still a busy day. And now tomorrow I'm not really going to get to rest either. I got to do a lot of videos. I got to get my review of the E-cig VT up, and possibly, I don't know, some others. I don't know, maybe a build video. I know everyone wants to see those, so yes, the E-cig VT.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to get mine even done.
So, yeah, busy week, as always, at the shop.
Yeah, it's always fun when you get devices and you fall in love with them, and then you go, I really need to do a review on that. And then you vape it, and you're like, wow, that's awesome.
My thoughts exactly. I almost fried mine, though.
Oh, no, that's not good.
I had a nickel build that was too low, and I went to hit that button, and it just shut the screen off. I tried plugging it in, didn't do anything. I had to actually plug it into my computer, and for some reason that clicked it right back on. It kind of reset itself. So, well, luckily, I'm not going to push this thing any more than it is already before I do my review.
Well, you know, I can send you one, I guess, you know, if we need to get it done.
But yours doesn't say "not for sale" on it. Mine says "not for sale."
Well, you know, yeah, you. Oh yeah, no, mine. Hey, that's weird. Mine kissed my ass, Nick.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And with that, we lose Bob. Isn't that awesome? So, guys, he will be back in a minute. Like you say, he's having some internet issues. Nick, I'm just gouging at you, brother. You know I love you.
Right.
But yeah, so I've had a interesting day. I went to up to hang out with some friends and stuff, and actually got asked to judge cloud competition, which I was not expecting. So that was kind of cool. Let's see here, get that.
What'd I miss?
Nothing. We were just carrying on like you were still here, but yet not still here. You know how that works.
Yeah. Fucking motherfuckers. I'm gonna kill someone.
Well, you know, there's no sense in killing anybody, I reckon.
All right. Permanently maim
Well,
someone.
that's a little harsh too, don't you think?
Just take a little bit of skin off the kneecaps. That's all I'm gonna be doing.
Okay. I guess if you feel like you must.
Yeah. With my rusty Uncle Buck hatchet.
Jeez. Uncle Buck. And guys, if you're wondering, I'm actually looking over here at another screen trying to figure out why. There it is. Okay. Okay, now we have chat up. That's probably somebody telling me that something's wrong.
Jennifer Stone. Hey guys, looking good as always. Hey Nick.
Nick, you have fans. There are fans. Imagine that.
All right, did I miss the part where we go through what we were vaping on tonight?
Yeah.
You start that off for us, Bob. What you got? Well,
Awesome.
You know,
Awesome.
let's break the mold. Mr. Bessette, what are you working?
All right, I am vaping 3 rigs right now, or 3 setups currently. I have the nickel-plated rig with the production Addy on top by Flawless Distribution. And I got some Milkman by One Hit Wonder e-liquid in there. It's actually pretty good. For cheaper juice, it's pretty good. I also have the Comp Kennedy on top of the Manhattan V2 aluminum, and I'm actually doing a comparison right now between the V1 and the V2 Kennedy for a review that's coming up on my YouTube channel. So make sure you stay tuned for that. In here, or in both of them, I should say, I have some Shakana from Cold Fusion Juice. Big shout out to Jeff Donahue, John Norton, Chip Cody, all those guys. Keep on keeping on, I guess. And finally, last but not least, I have the LE Matte Black Rig Mod with LE Matte Black Roughneck on top. Got some new wire I'm testing out for another review that I'm going to be doing. It's called Bad Rabbit Wire. It's stainless steel, same chemical composition as G-plat wire with extremely low resistance, and I'm running some 20 gauge in there. So I got some MBYC, aka My Balls Your Chin by Sick Boy, one of my new favorites. So that's what I'm vaping on. What about you guys?
Paul, if you haven't tried My Balls Your Chin, you really got to try it. It's really good.
Yeah, that's what you keep telling me. You'll have to hook me up with some of that. You have to hook me up with some of that. Now, speaking of juice companies and doing their thing, let's take a brief moment here and talk for a second about some of our sponsors. First of all, I'd like to congratulate and say hey to Chuck Simmons, who is the owner and proprietor of Carolina Fog in Hickory, North Carolina. He was in the newspaper a couple weeks back and does a lot of good things for the community and for our show. So you guys give a shout out to Carolina Fog and Chuck Simmons, and also our other sponsor, A Cloud of Vapor, over out of Marion, North Carolina, one of our juice makers. Give a shout out to those guys, and also there will be links to both web pages in the description below, or it may be here, or it may be there, or it may be down there, wherever I get the urge to put it. So, with that being said, Bob, what are you vaping on tonight?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Once again.
Losing. Once again, I think we have lost Mr. Major.
I'm Bob Major, and I got some good juice in here. I don't know. I can't do a Bob impression. That's all you, Paul.
No. Don't put that on me. Okay, so with that being said, I will continue on until we get Bob back. What I have got on the 1VapingTrucker box, always rocking that Competition Kennedy with wide bore. I do actually have the comp cap downstairs. Yeah. Mine's actually different though, Nick. I've got the mine's just the two-hole top.
So it's a demon?
Yes, the demon cap. However, I did see something very, very sexy tonight. It's a little shorty cap that's made for it.
The gremlin cap.
Yeah, the gremlin cap. That is extremely sexy.
And
I
they come,
really need to get one of those in my life.
They come in splatter paint. They come in...
Yeah. This one was pink, actually pink splatter paint, which is very, very sexy. Let's see. In that one, I am running a dual Clapton build. As normal, one of my go-tos now. I really, really like it. Let's see here. And on said Clapton, I'm actually running Dat Cookie Dough, which is one of my favorite flavors from ACB up to this point. And let's see, I've got a new one that I've got to show. I got to show off just if nothing else, just to make Bob mad. I went over to see my guys over at Wired today to pick up a special little coil here. Let me see if I can get that to focus right quick.
What the hell is that?
That is a fused Clapton.
In parallel.
In parallel, yeah. Very, very nice, very, very nice. And just to give you an example here, it is really, really pissed off.
Careful, it's looking a bit dry there, too.
Yeah, it is a little bit dry. And let's see, I think I'm actually got a little bit of blueberry custard on it. So I'm going to continue that fashion right quick. And
we were talking before the show about accidentally dripping the wrong juice on your dripper, and that happened to me earlier this week. Guilty.
Yeah, I've been there and done that. Yeah, mixing flavors is okay as long as the flavor profiles are similar. When you get to the point where they're not similar, yeah, that's when you run into problems. But yeah, that is on the El Cabron, on the second 1VapingTrucker glow-in-the-dark box. Oh, that thing is a monster, Dick. If you have not tried that, you need to do it. It's fused Clapton. It's parallel with, I think it's 22 gauge, either 22 gauge or 24 gauge.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So it's kind of like a staged heating.
It is. It is exactly that, a staged heating situation. Let's see.
Flavor machine, though.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is unreal. Let me send.
It's going to get interesting, when you start almost 2 hours late.
Yeah, and the bad thing
Things
about
get
it
tricky.
is that we keep losing Bob, and the reason I keep pausing, guys, is because I actually have to. I have to invite him back in because for some reason he can't.
Just put me on the spot and tell me to talk for a minute.
Nick.
Yeah. You want me to tell a story? I'll tell a story.
Yeah, give me just a second.
There we go.
And I'm actually going to. I've got somebody else that wants to join the conversation tonight. I'm going to send them a message and see if they get in. Okay, back to where I was. The El Cabron with stage heated Clapton, and this little jewel right here that I just ended up picking up. And we're going to see, and you guys, I'm going to give it to you right now. It's a first impression. Hello, Mr. Torrance. Give us 1 second.
Let me turn the music off. Okay.
That is a IPv3 Li, temperature controlled, with the Hercules Hydra, with a nickel coil in it, and there will be a full video coming, but we're going to give you a first impression right now. Now, let's see. Probably help if I knew how to actually run it. There he goes.
5 clicks. There you go.
I'm still here. I'm on the phone, guys. I'm actually in the workshop working on the latest order of Carolina box mods.
Cool. That is actually really, really nice, guys. Be looking for the full review. Nick's probably going to have one too, but I know mine is going to have the Hydra on top for my review. Oh, Nick.
I might have to get one.
Oh, that's really nice, and that's a nickel coil in there. That's just straight up nickel.
Fancy.
Yeah, that is fancy.
Some of that nickel war.
You know that nickel wire produces a lot of carcinogens.
No, that is the titanium. But we'll talk about that another day. So yeah, that's what I got going on in there. I've got some of the Fox Juice Envy that's floating in and out, mostly around my little bitty baby.
That's cute.
And let's see, with that being said, Bob Major, what you vaping on?
Yes, sir. I'm going to do this really quick. Hopefully my internet doesn't cut out while I'm trying to do this. Tonight I am rocking my one-of-a-kind prototype Big Bob's Signature Series box mod from Carolina Box Mods, Quad 18650 in parallel. Got the authentic Kennedy Competition RDA on top of that. Thing's fucking chucking like there's no goddamn tomorrow. And I'm vaping on, I just finished up my bottles of Concept Vapes, 365. I'm now vaping on some Blue Collar Vapes, Cocoa Bliss.
Bob,
And
if you would,
yeah,
if you would pause for 1 second.
I'm paused.
I want everyone to look at Nick's face, and I want you to put that box back up again. And I want everyone to notice Nick's face whenever he puts it up there.
I'm a little jealous.
Now open it up, Bob.
Okay.
Open it up again so you can see the internals.
That's just crazy. Are those clear wraps?
I can make a 618-650.
Oh God.
Yes, Nick, those are clear wraps.
I don't think I'd make it through the airport with that one.
Well, you definitely wouldn't make it, especially if you were like, Allah is God.
Yeah, probably not.
Sorry, Lord be with them starving pygmies down there in New Guinea.
And that right there brings us up to this gentleman right here. when Bob gets finished, I had to work that in there because this is the man and the creator behind most of our box mods that you're seeing tonight, as far as me and Bob go. So, Bob, what else you got there?
I think we lost him again.
I think we lost him again. Holy cow! Wow. So, Mr. Torrance, what are you vaping on tonight?
Well, I'm vaping on a little bit of Attack of the Clones, Muffin Man, and the Schwartz. And I am officially testing my Raptor 120 from Carolina Box Mods.
Nice.
And
that's a 0.35 ohm coil, and it's only turned halfway up.
Wow.
Do we all have
Hold on,
Kennedys?
let me crank it up. There we go.
Those will be available.
I'm running at 5 watts now. Oh, Bob's back.
So now, guys, just know that those will be available very, very shortly at...
They're available now.
Oh, they are available now?
They are available as of this very second. You heard it first. You heard it here. The 1VapingTrucker Big Bob Show. Raptor 120 boxes with the external voltmeter display are available from me at Carolina Box Mods. You just need to order.
Is my box done, Nick, or Mike?
Is your box done? It's in the other room
Yes.
drying. Unfortunately, the new clear coat takes a long time to fucking dry. So.
Damn,
Yeah, so
I wanted to see it.
for anyone that hasn't been following the show here recently, Mr. Bob Major and I have kind of went on a personal quest to see exactly how much shit we can acquire from Mr. Mike Torrance. Now, everyone has seen my boxes.
Me and Paul are trying to one-up each other every time
We
we come up with a new design.
We are. And,
You said you wanted a red LED screen in it, right, Bob?
Yes, red LED.
Okay,
And,
done.
and can you make me a Lexan top to go over it too?
no.
That's still in prototype.
No. Hey. Mike Torrance, I am putting my foot down. If he gets one before I do, I will kill you. Personally.
I'll pay.
Seeing as how Paul has so graciously provided the first bits of Lexan, he gets the first one.
Damn right.
I'll pay you extra.
Hey, membership has its privileges. Right there, Bob.
Fuck you too, Paul.
But yeah, so that is I didn't know if we were going to spill that one quite yet, but that is something that is also in the works. We will have the opportunity of a full Lexan cover on Carolina Box Mods or a trim ring for if you have the LED meters inside like I do.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do the trim ring, as
Okay.
the Lexan is very, very brittle, especially when you start cutting them down. So what we're going to go with is with a full door, and it'll be an option to add the Lexan door to an order, so you could actually get a Lexan door.
I might
You
have
can
to.
actually order it completely separate, is what I'm trying to say.
I want a box mod now so bad. You guys are making me so jealous.
Well, I'll tell you, it's.
I think Mike's prepared to take an order right now.
I think he is. I think we can.
I'm actually working on an order. Now, I'm going to show you this, Nick. How do you think that this was painted?
I have no idea.
Well, the Attack of the Clones is a white vinyl cutout, but the rest of this is powder coat, faded, all painted at the same time. So I accomplished a fade with 3 different colors of powder coat, all at the same time, and baked it.
Wow. That's impressive.
So that is not going anywhere, is what he's saying. So the guys that are getting these, I know the guy, and he is almost as ecstatic as we are. We've kind of created a monster with Mr. Torrance. I came to him with, hey, can you do me something like this? And, you know, he produced this, and everybody saw it, and they were like, dude, where'd you get that? And, you know, now we have orders after orders after orders. And, you know, between, you know, the 1VapingTrucker and Big Bob and just everybody around, we've kind of got Mr. Torrance kind of, you notice a lack of hair there on the top of Mr.
No, I shaved my head.
He's a very vain man. So, you know, the reason he shaved it is because me and Bob were turning him gray. So he went ahead and shaved it off. That way he could, you know, nobody could talk about his gray. I see you, Mike. I see you. But you know it's true.
Tell me something. How's the video quality on this this new phone?
It's actually fairly decent. Fairly decent.
I got a Note 4.
Ah, hey, welcome to the club.
I was gonna go with the S6, and the little guy at the store talked me into the Note 4. So you guys are actually gonna get to witness me using a blowtorch on the show.
Bob, how many times can you join one show? I've got you twice in there now.
He's cloning himself.
He is cloning. You know, that's the next thing we need to work on.
Well, here's the thing, all right? The internet here at the Petro was working fucking phenomenally at 12 o'clock when I showed up. Fucking perfectly.
Absolutely.
It was phenomenal.
He calls me, he goes, hey, how's it look? And I mean, he was as clear as me. And I know I'm clear because I'm in HD. Oh.
I see fire.
Bringing out fire. Hold on.
I'm going to use the decent one.
And then everybody and their mother decided to come to the fucking Petro and take up all the fucking Wi-Fi bandwidth, which ended up destroying my ideal connection. I'm right next to the fucking building, so I should have a fucking connection, but I don't.
Mike, just so you know, Mr. Stone is commenting on the cloud from your Raptor, so you may have got one hook, line, and sinker there already, because I know he is jealous of Mrs. Stone's boxes that she has gotten from you.
The Raptor is controlled by a potentiometer. And it's a series box, so it's got a lot of power. But I can actually take and turn this thing down, and at the lowest setting, 3.3 volts from the batteries.
So now,
and at the highest setting, 5.89.
Okay, so to give you an example of what he's saying, at its lowest setting, he said, what'd you say, Mike? 3.7?
3.8. I think it was 3.8, maybe 3.5.
3.8. Okay, so that's going to be the equivalent of about 41.5 joules on a regulated device. So that's about, you know, this right here.
And that's the lowest setting.
And that's the lowest.
Check out the new sleds we got for the 26650 boxes.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, and that can come in 18650 or 26650, might I add.
Right. Oh, I got a new toy I want to show off on the show, and it's probably going to make Bob and Paul jealous. But I got an authentic gripper.
Ooh.
Yes, that was one in a man of waffle. And here's what I have to say about waffles. God bless you, you waffling fuckers, you. But I have the worst luck in history. And why? And the reason I can say that is because I can go into a store, there can be 5 lottery tickets left, and all of them are supposed to be winners. I buy them, and I don't get shit. So I tend to not do waffles a lot because I have terrible luck.
Told you how to turn your luck around, Paul. And another thing is, I have yet to see you in a waffle.
And that's why, because I have terrible luck.
Hold on. He's too scared, is what he's saying. He's scared.
Well, I'm gonna have to side with. I'm gonna have to side with Paul on this one because I've been in a few waffles myself, and.
Wait, there's more. So, while we're waiting on Bob to pleasantly come back into the picture here with his dropping ass internet tonight, Nick, I understand that you attended a. Yeah, yeah, we can call it a vaping convention. Hey, Miss Scala.
Hi.
How are you?
Right back.
Oh, watch out, Mike. She's got the black gloves on.
No, she's doing powder coating at the moment.
Ah.
That's what he said.
I thought she was about to give the old snap there, and you were going to be in trouble, bud. So, Nick, you attended. Tell us about New Jersey.
All right. So yeah, I did attend the Vape Expo New Jersey on Sunday. That was the last day of the convention. If you could even call it a convention. I mean, there was really not a lot of vaping going on at this convention. And I say this for a few reasons. Now, I heard, before I went down, I heard a lot of drama that went down on Saturday and Friday. About how they supposedly had something worked out where they could vape indoors, even though there was a Clean Air Act in place since 2008 in New Jersey. But they said that they were going to charge an admission fee that joins you into the Vape Expo New Jersey club or something like that, and basically with that fee you're a member of this club, which is a private club on private property, and therefore you can vape indoors. Now unfortunately that's not the way it works in Jersey, and they kind of failed on a massive level on that one. Their lawyers told them it would work, but it did not work. It didn't do anything to change the minds of the health department and the senators. In my personal opinion, I believe it was the fault of really the promoters and the convention hall, because it was a six-figure rental. So they were paying out the ass to rent this place. So of course the convention hall said, okay, yeah, we'll take your money. And the promoters said, well, we have this idea, and they're like, yeah, we don't care, just do it. And apparently they just weren't having any part of it, and the health department showed up on the first day when the doors opened to the public, and they were fining people $250 tickets, and they were fining vendors $1,000. Apparently there was over $50,000 in fines, according to one source. That's a New Jersey paper. The Senator Vitale, the one that sponsored the Clean Air Act bill, actually showed up to the event, and he went on a radio show and was basically talking about how he believes that now the convention hall, in his opinion, should be cleaned from top to bottom because of the residue on the ceilings and walls because of all the vapor inside, and it's going to leave carcinogens and lethal toxic levels of nicotine all over the building, which we all know that to be complete bullshit. But
now Nick, on you saying that, I'm going to pause you for just a second. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to keep in mind that this is the man, the guy that he's talking about here. This is the actual man that came in, paid the $10, joined the club, and came in as a willing participant into said club at the convention.
Yep, they have his signature.
They have his signature and everything. I mean, now this is, I understand that you've got to come in and check things out. Understand that. But, there was no one there against their will. The The facility that they used was privately owned. Everyone that was there working signed a release, agreed to be there, had no problems with being there. And yet, still, the health department came in and was fining people and vendors and everything else. Is that correct, Nick?
That is correct. That is correct. They actually they were worried that there was going to be nicotine getting into people's food and drink, so they didn't allow food or drinks in the convention hall, and they actually had to move the concessions area into a separate part of the center, completely separate from the actual hall itself, just so that people could sit down and take a break and eat, and there was no vaping allowed in that section of the building. The only area that vaping was allowed, kind of, sort of, was the hall itself. Now, they were trying to get people to go vape outside. Now, we all know that it doesn't make sense to have a vaping convention with no vaping on the floor, simply because people want to try vendors' e-liquid. They want to be able to vape freely, and unfortunately that was not the case. They wanted to force people outside into a quote-unquote pavilion, which was basically a line of tables circling around a back parking lot next to a bunch of stinky dumpsters in 90-plus degree weather with no overhead cover.
And that's where I was getting ready to say, now let me understand this. They were pitching a fit. I understand, because of the Clean Air Act in New Jersey.
Yeah, that was in place in 2008, and then later amended in 2010 to include vaping.
But they were forcing people to go outside.
Yep.
Now, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm confused about how the Clean Air Act works.
Well, if you've ever been to Jersey, you know it's the land of smokestacks. So.
Well, yeah.
I'll be back.
But,
yeah, we hear from North Carolina. We actually have a terminal there. The company I drive for has a terminal in Jersey, and we refer to it as the armpit of America. But
now there's some great people from Jersey. There's some great vendors from Jersey.
There are.
But you and I both know the air there is probably not the cleanest.
Well, of course not, and that's why I'm trying to figure out. They've got the Clean Air Act, but yet they are forcing everyone to go outside, which to me kind of defeats the purpose of a Clean Air Act.
And really, it didn't work because, I mean, if you watch, there's Phil Basardo posted a video about his coverage of this convention, and basically he recorded the entire intro for all the vendors. They all got together and had a little meet-up before everything went open to the public.
Yeah.
And they basically said, look, the health department's giving us a hard time. If people want to vape, on their own, tell them to go outside. That's what they said. That's what the promoter of the event said. He said, tell them to go outside if they want to just vape freely. They can still sample at your booths, but if they want to just walk around and vape, tell them to vape outside. And they were kind of pushing people to do that instead of being able to just walk around inside the convention hall and vape. And now there was no real ventilation in this building, which I think was poorly planned. I think they should have at least had it in a building that had decent ventilation. And I give a lot of credit to Kevin Skipper of VCC Events, or that's Vaping Convention Circuit for those of you that don't know. He makes sure ahead of time that everything is set in stone, that vaping is allowed indoors, that you can sample e-liquid and all that. And I give him a lot of credit because his events run really, really smoothly. And even if something happens, then you don't even notice it because it just all gets figured out so quickly. And I just think that it was kind of a failure on on the part of the promoters in setting this whole thing up and getting everything ready to go. But that wasn't even the biggest issue for me. I mean, there was a lot of other disturbing things that were going on at this convention. I don't know if you want to talk about that kind of stuff, but yeah.
Absolutely, because I think I know exactly what you're talking about, and I agree also that it is very disturbing.
Now, all right, so there was a few things that I noticed immediately walking around. I mean, on the second day when I went, there was no drama between the health department or anything like that. Aside from the fact that I noticed that one of the people running the event was going around booth to booth saying that the health inspector was in the building. Don't vape if you're sitting behind a booth. If you want to vape, you have to get up on the other side of the booth and walk around. Now, I don't know why, I don't know how they managed that. I'm sure there's going to be lots of fines and all that, but that's the only drama that I saw as far as that aspect on day 2. I had a pleasant experience there. I had a great time talking to all my friends from all the different booths. But there was a few things that I noticed, and one of those was, I don't know if you guys know about the Sour Batch E-liquid. But basically, they pretty closely ripped off Sour Patch Kids logo and color scheme and everything. They had a claw machine at their booth, and they really, I think, are too close for comfort as far as the marketing to children kind of thing goes. Now, we both know, or we all know that, no e-liquid company is actually going to be marketing to children. That's just a perception that the ants will leave you with, that they say that we're marketing to kids because of the colorful labels and whatnot, and basically they got called out pretty bad. A guy named John Nathan went around to the booth and basically he recorded the whole thing, calling them out, saying, you're advertising to kids, you're too close to the logo, you're infringing on copyrights. What are you going to do about it? And they really just kind of took a step back in defense and said, oh, well, we don't have any cartoon characters on our labeling anymore. We use plain colors and we own the font and blah, blah, blah. They had excuses for everything because they've heard it all before. And, another thing was they had the liquid called Steep Pop D's. That's been a really popular flavor lately because it's, it is good. Same with Sour Batch. Their liquid is good from what I've heard. I haven't tried it myself because I will not support that company. But, these flavors are really good, but their labeling is terrible. Their marketing is terrible. And that's the issue that we're having now, is that marketing. Everyone wants to market their brand because everyone and their brother has a juice line. So they want to get in on the marketing game and push their brand. Now, there was the Sour Batch, there was Steep Pop D's, which is a little, it looks like a Cracker Jack box. It comes with a prize in the box, and I just think that's not right. I don't think they should have that.
Oh, that's too screwed up, man.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? I mean, as kids, when we were growing up, we seen that stuff, and I know where they're coming from on it, but still. They may not intend for it to be direct marketing to kids, but inadvertently, that's what's happening.
Right, and that's the problem that we're facing. I mean, in the latest State House meeting that I went up to Boston to go and speak and basically oppose the bills that were going to further regulate vaping in the state of Massachusetts. So I went up there and I noticed that they were giving the first panel that went up there, they had little goodie bags for every one of the senators and representatives. They had little bags, and I guarantee you they had a bottle of the Sour Batch liquid in it, because he brought up 2 giant bags of Sour Patch Kids, put them on the table, and said, "Look, this is exactly how they're marketing to kids." And what can you say to that? What kind of defense can you have against that? And
well, that's the thing. There is no defense to that. And I watched Mr. Bissardo's video, and and one of the guys, it was very, very blatant. He was just like,
Yeah.
You know, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
And you know, and that is not by any way, shape, or form. That is not the response of 99.9% of the vaping community. We want to see it stop too. You know, I attended, like I said, I was attended a vape contest, a cloud contest tonight, and was actually a judge in it. And probably, I don't know, probably about 10 minutes prior to the comp starting, everybody was asked to cease vaping inside the building. And me personally, I took that as a perfect opportunity to allow everyone to get a real firm grasp of what happened in New Jersey and the way that this is headed if it doesn't stop. And that if we don't, you know, if we don't stand up for ourselves, this is where everybody's going to be. You know, and
I've been saying it for a while now, Paul. You know, it goes with every right that we've had taken away from us as human beings. You know, the government sees something that they could clench their hands on, and they clench their hands on it, trying to make an extra buck for themselves.
yeah, and that's what a lot of it is. You know, or at least what I'm seeing of it anyway. Everything that I've watched happen and watched unfold has pretty much put money in somebody else's pocket. And you know, now I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna let it ride easy either. You know, just outright. There are a lot of, how can I say that politely? There are a lot of vendors and a lot of manufacturers and a lot of, you know, juice companies and everybody else that they're just here for the money. And you better bet they're going to ride it as hard as they can go until it's done.
Yep. And they want to make their money and get out of the game. They don't care about what happens to the vaping. They just want to make their money real quick and just get out.
And that in my opinion is very, very. No, it is what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's bullshit.
It doesn't help that you got these 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kids posting up videos on YouTube showing them blow massive clouds with their ego batteries going, oh my God, look at this trick while I blow out vapor. Oh, wait, hold on. Watch this trick.
That was way too much.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't help with shit like that. It just gives Big Brother more playing room to yank vaping out from underneath us, yank something that is clearly saving lives. The proof is out there, you know, and yet they're listening to Big Tobacco because a bunch of empty promises that were made 20 years ago from Big Tobacco saying that they were going to pay the states this amount of money to avoid lawsuits.
Well, and they were. And that's the key here, is that they're still having to pay that whether they're making it or not.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where it's all coming in, and that's where it all gets nasty.
The tobacco industry is losing millions.
Yeah, they're losing. I mean, tons of money. You know, and guess what? Big Tobacco, the four gentlemen on this panel right here, we don't care how much money you lose.
No, they could lose it all, and I wouldn't give two shits.
It's not going to bother me one bit. Matter of fact, I will be able to sleep better tonight if I know that I can get one person to stop smoking cigarettes.
Well, you have, Paul.
I have. Right there's, matter of fact, right there, that gentleman right there with his hand up, that is one man that I have reached and I've got through to, and he is no longer a smoker as of, what, about 4 months now?
3.
3 months. Thank you very much, Mike Torrance. Just give him a round of applause there, ladies and gentlemen. My other half, the Peanut Gallery, she is also one that I've reached. And, you know, I'll tell you, me personally, I'm taking it upon myself. I'm going to fight this, just to the end, if that's what we have to do to save one life at a time.
I got a guy, he came into the barber shop while I was getting my hair clipped today, telling me how he wanted to really get into vaping and how he's got this set up and everything like that, but he's not really liking it, this, that, and the other. And Shelly, my barber, looked at him and said, well, this is the guy that you want to talk about, because he knows just about everything that comes to vaping, which I thought was pretty cool.
You should tell your barber not to lie to people.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
And here's another thing. You were talking about we don't care how much money Big Tobacco loses. Well, Big Tobacco is losing money, and they're pissed at people like me that get a startup in the vaping industry, and we make something that's, I'm not making anything really revolutionary. I'm just making something that people like. People come to me when they want something completely custom for them. And that's what I do. You can't do that with a cigarette. You know, somebody comes to me and says, hey, I want a stormtrooper that looks like a turtle, acid etched on a box. And I say, bam.
That's right. Don't plug yourself, Mike.
Basically,
Okay.
basically what he's trying to say is, look at this community. Look at how big we are, and how many cigarette shows do you see going on YouTube Hangout or Google Hangouts? Like, how many people just puffing on cigarettes going, oh yeah, this cigarette tastes great, you know? There's such a massive...
huge out.
and not only that, it's giving people that wouldn't normally have a chance to own their own business and be self-employed and make their own money a chance. And it's employing thousands of people across the country. It's making millions in tax revenue. So what's the big issue here? Is it really the little bit of nicotine that's in our liquid? Is that the thing that pisses the government off?
Well, if that's the thing, you're going to see a
No,
lot
what
of...
it is,
You're going to see
I
a lot
think
of...
honestly what it is there's a lot of people out there like me that have their own businesses in the vaping industry, and now me, I'm legal. I got a tax ID number and all that fun jazz, and I'm completely legal. I pay my taxes, but there's a lot that don't.
Yep.
And that's what I think that's more or less what's upsetting the government is, well, that's billions in tax revenue they're losing.
Which, that's not that. I agree. I think you should be legit. You should be a good, business person and become a legitimate company and, do what you got to do to make everything legal. And the people that aren't doing that are hurting our industry. And basically, as I was going to mention earlier, we're fairly good at self-regulating our own industry. So continue to do that. Don't support the companies that look very close to being seen as marketed to kids. Don't support misogynistic companies, which is another issue that was at New Jersey. I'm sure you heard about the stripper pole incident.
What? You mean strippers and vaping don't go together?
Well,
apparently.
This is at least a 90% male-driven industry.
It is. Guys, hang on, Bob. Let me get this out. I am not condemning for what they did. Everybody on the planet knows sex sells. But
Right.
there's a place for everything.
If it was in Vegas or something like that, I could see it, but
Exactly.
not Jersey.
Yeah, we're talking about Jersey here, guys.
And the thing to add on to that, there's a difference between tastefully sexy and just slutty sexy. And everything that I see dealing with sexification of the female body when it comes to vaping. It's just like every fucking car magazine and every fucking motorcycle magazine. They get the sluttiest looking girl and put her in the sluttiest looking outfit and, go ahead and spread eagle and sell my fucking product.
Now,
there's a difference between, something classy and something skanky.
I'm going to add on to that point, Bob, because in my opinion, the girls, they were dressed, not slutty, but, they were dressed scantily clad. They had, like, booty shorts and tank tops and, like, the big stripper heels. But in my opinion, I don't think it was over the top. They didn't have freaking tassels going or anything like that, so it wasn't that bad. I've seen worse at conventions. I've seen girls in nothing but body paint and
absolutely.
So, there's a fine line, of course, but as Paul said, sex sells. This is a 90% plus male-driven industry. On my YouTube channel, I have, I think, 95% male viewership. So it just goes to show that how many people, or what the different types of people that are watching these videos, that are looking at these advertisements. You open up any vape magazine, and there's going to be a centerfold like a frickin' Playboy, of some hot vape model, and you get vape models that are sponsored by e-liquid companies that they literally get paid to post slutty pictures on Instagram, and that's our industry. That is our industry.
It is, and
it's no different from NASCAR or IndyCar in the infield in the pits.
Do I agree with it? No, but it is what it is, and it's not going to change. I'm telling you that right now.
Exactly.
Sex is always going to sell.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is sex is going to always sell, but they need to make it a little bit more conservative. That way, our female vapors aren't so nervous to go into a shop or go to one of these conventions or whatnot.
Especially,
I'm not trying to be a feminist or anything like that. I love big tits and a nice ass like any other guy, but
that's not what I heard.
Well, you didn't say.
Oh my God! Here we go. Stop it.
That's not what I heard. But anyway,
but we make this NC-17 like all the other ones.
Now that's the thing this is a adult industry. This is an 18+ industry.
It is. It is absolutely 100% an adult industry, and that's what we need to keep in mind. We have, everybody's, and they're selling to kids. Well, okay, I'm a big boy, okay? I'm not afraid to say it. I'm a big old boy. What big boy don't like cookies?
Exactly. I mean, that's basically like saying adults don't like flavors at that point.
Exactly.
Adults like boobs. Adults like cookies.
Absolutely.
It goes hand in hand. Now, I mean, and like I said, it's marketing. It's just marketing. That's all it is. These girls got paid. They did their thing. People do, like stripping as, or not stripping, but pole dancing as. Not a sport, but like an exercise program now.
It is, and I think there has been talk about it. I've heard people say that it should be considered a sport, because I'll tell you, they got a whole lot more upper body and lower body strength than I do. I'm just saying.
Maybe you should start stripping.
And Nick, I want to congratulate you right quick. Apparently, you're doing a little better than I am. I'm looking at my statistics over here, and I am 99% male and 1.1% female. So you're doing a better job of reaching the female audience than I am.
You got to get the chicks in there,
Yeah, I know, and all but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk with Grim. and I'm going to give a shout-out to Vape Mania 2015, which is coming up. Grim Green will be doing a how-to there as far as growing your YouTube channel, so you guys definitely need to check that out. Stefan from
Not blowing smoke.
notblowingsmoke.org. He's going to be there doing one. Let's see, Vapor Joe's going to be there doing one. And there's somebody else, Nick. Who am I forgetting?
Ruby Roo?
Is it Ruby?
I don't know. I haven't checked it
No,
out.
it's not Ruby. Let me. I gotta look now. That's going to aggravate me.
While
Is
you're
it-
doing
hey,
that, I just
folks,
wanted
Pete Basardo here.
to.
No, it's not Pete.
One thing I wanted to say is basically you have to also consider the older crowd, the older vaping crowd that is still smoking and wants to get into vaping. So you don't want to scare them away. When people are cloud chasing and blowing out huge clouds of vapor and doing all these smoke tricks and everything, or vape tricks, it's going to frighten. I feel like it might frighten away some people that are going to otherwise go into a vape shop and try to quit smoking. So you got to be considerate of those people as well, because the 45 plus crowd isn't going to want to get a Carolina box mod. They want an ego pen or something simple where they can just start off and quit smoking, because they've been long-term smokers for 20, 30 years and they just want to stop. So
Absolutely. And that's what happened with me. I had a buddy of mine. I'm not going to lie to it. We're not going to mention names, but I had a buddy of mine and said, "Look, I really care about you." He says, "I want you to quit smoking to the extent that here's what I'll do for you. Meet me at the vape shop. I'll buy you your first setup. I just want you to give it a shot and actually try it." Because I had tried the old wonderful Sig-alike, all that crap, and it wasn't worth. It wasn't worth diddly, man. I actually just did a video, Nick. I don't know if you saw it or not, but it was on the new Ego Mega starter kit.
all right,
And
haven't seen
I got
that
to
one
tell
yet.
you, guys, it's come. A long, long way since me and Nick started in vaping. A long, long way.
It's come a long way in the last year. I think in the last year we've seen more advancements in vaping in the vaping industry than we have since 2008. When vaping was new and just coming into the mix.
Well, it's just skyrocketing right now.
Bob, angle your camera down just a hair.
I don't have my stand, so that's as good as it's getting. Oh, let me.
Whoa.
Trippy. How's
Well,
that? Is
guys,
that better?
I'd love to stay in chat. I got to run for right now, but when I want to show you, in the time I've been sitting here, I built this box.
Hey.
Now, Nick, that one could have had your name on it, but that one's already sold.
26650 in series. Now, this is a 0.8 ohm coil. There you go. Right? And I'm hitting the button now.
Cool.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Jeez. Just wow.
Talk about advancements.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we're getting at, guys. And to give that information out, it is actually Joe Burnett from the Vaping Militant is going to be doing the other one. And he's going to be doing activism for consumers and businesses. And Vapor Joe is going to be doing building your online presence. Stefan is with Not Blowing Smoke, and he's going to be doing an advocacy workshop. And Grim Green is going to be doing how to grow your YouTube channel. Which, Graham, if you're watching, I'll see you, buddy. Me and you going to
He's not watching.
Grim's a great guy. He's a busy guy.
Hey, stranger things have happened. We've got 5 viewers now, 4. Hey, stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Grim's a great guy. If you get a chance to talk to him, make sure you get your questions in there, because I got about 5 minutes to talk to him, and every time I meet someone like that, my brain just kind of shuts off, and I go, "You're Grim Green." He's like,
Yeah. And the weird, the weird thing about it is I've had the opportunity to meet Nick a couple of times, and he is a really, really stand-up guy, and he will sit there and he will talk to you until you're done. I mean, he's just as down to earth as as me or Bob or Mr. Nick Bessette. We're all down to earth people, but sometimes you just look and you go.
And speaking of that, I wanted to mention that as soon as we got there, we grabbed a bite to eat at Burger King, and the second we got in, the kid behind the counter said, "Hey, do you have a YouTube channel?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Daily Vape TV?" And I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, I've been watching your videos since before you had 1,000 subscribers." I'm like, it still blows me away every time someone actually says they watch my videos, besides my friends and whatnot, because my friends know I have a YouTube channel, and they make fun of me and all that stuff. So it's cool to meet some of these people in real life and actually shake their hand and talk to them, because before that, you only knew them online. I mean, someday I'll meet Paul and be blown away.
Well, I don't know about blown away, but thank you, Nick. And yeah, the feeling is very, very mutual as far as that goes. Because I can't express enough how much you've influenced even my channel and the way I think about things and the way I do things. So yeah, most definitely that feeling is definitely mutual. Just a first impression. Oh my God, look at this. I filled that up right before we started, and you saw how many times I've used it. I can tell you right now, this thing is going to be a juice whore, which I like. But some people may not. It is on the smaller side. It's not. Let's see. Here is it beside a 22 millimeter.
Huh.
So, I mean, it's a little smaller. As you can tell, that's it beside the Kanger tank. The Kanger Sub Mini, actually. Oh my God. And then against the big sub tank. Yeah. It's a considerable bit smaller. It's not quite as small as the Kanger Nano, I don't think. It may be close. It's about a 2.5 mil capacity. I think it says. I think it's 2.5. I think it's 2.5 mil.
And you broke it.
No. No, that was the empty box. Well, it's not an empty box. I'm actually kind of impressed. It comes with a second coil and a second Pyrex tank, in case you break it. Yeah. It's got a 0.2. I think it is.
0.2 nickel and a 0.6 or 1.8, right?
Yeah, it's a 1.8 normal and a 0.2 nickel. And it does 2 mils. Sorry. It says screw off the cap, fill less than 2 mils of e-liquid. So it's just under 2 mils. But, dude, I'm blown away. I really am. I am very, very impressed with this tank. First impressions. Now, will it stand the test of time? We'll find out, because we all know I can get a little rough on things.
It's trucker life.
That's right.
I mean, Mr. Michael Torrance has made a lot of his advancements because of us, because we've been putting our boxes through the ringer.
Absolutely. And that's some of the reason that you guys are getting the boxes that you're getting from Mr. Torrance. It's because he gives them to us to try out. We buy them, but we try them out. And I mean, we give them, I mean, you can see mine. I mean, this is my original box. It's never been touched up, never been, anything done to it besides me vaping it and some moderate upgrades, one being the new sleds, the new coverings for the wires has been done. The LED meters are being put in now, upon request. I think there's a little charge extra on that. I'm not sure. Do you remember, Bob?
I don't, because I pay the same price every time.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I didn't know if I didn't know if there was an extra charge for that.
You know, I am not happy that I have to do this the old-fashioned way. How do I sound? Do I sound like shit?
No, you're good.
Right.
Your sound's good. Your video is a little in and out, but we're gonna make do. Yeah, Justin, that is called Dat Cookie Dough. Hashtag Dat Cookie Dough. And it is from a Cloud of Vapor, and the link, of course, was in last week's show, but it'll be in this week's again, where you can pick that up. They will ship it straight to your house, or anywhere else that you'd like for it to be shipped. But yeah, that's good stuff. That's really good stuff. Nick, have you had a chance to try any of that from Bob?
No, he hasn't. I don't think he's ever brought in any of that juice, though.
Yeah,
I have not been to the shop in like 2 months, Paul.
Yeah.
Well, and see, that's what we were talking about. You've got to start getting out when you get home.
Where do I have the time? Where did I have the time last time I was home?
Bob,
No,
we missed you, buddy. Come on.
Now that I don't know.
I'll be there. I'll be there this time I'm home for sure.
I can't manage your time for you, Bob.
For sure. I will be there.
I can try, but I can't manage your time. But yeah, you need to get some of this juice, Nick. Give him, an absolute fit. If he doesn't bring it with him, beat him up.
I'll bring it with me. It'll go in my my fag bag.
Hey.
And I'll carry it into the shop with me.
That's a bad word. We don't use that.
Yeah.
Well, man purse is that better?
Yes. Put it in your man purse.
I gotta do a little plug. I gotta plug Voluptuous E-Liquid. Met him in Pittsburgh. Guy John that makes it. Real good guy. This one is called Tootsie. Probably can't even see that, but this is a cherry Tootsie Pop. Spot on.
Oh, wow.
And it doesn't have that medicine kind of flavor to it. That the chocolate in it comes on the exhale, so it's like you're biting into a Tootsie Pop.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh shit!
I love those complex flavors. That's like the keys. It is a key lime pie, but it has a cucumber exhale.
Wow.
Yeah, which is really, really nice. Bob, I think you've got some of this still, don't you?
I don't have the keys. I got the original key lime pie.
Now, hold on, Bob. Have you been to the yard yet?
I have not been to the yard yet. I'm in Carlisle.
Yeah. And I think you've got the keys at the house waiting for you.
At the yard. It's sitting at the yard.
Which means he will have it, Nick, if it is in that package.
I will have that. I will have Dat Cookie Dough. I will have another new one, and then Devil's Curse, one of my favorite juices from them.
You let me know when you're coming down, and I'll have dry cotton waiting.
No, there you go.
And
Can't get much better than that.
Maybe an empty unicorn bottle.
Right on.
Yeah, I need to get some. Bob, pick me up some of those unicorn bottles to stick in that with that. What was that juice, Nick, that he was supposed to get me?
MBYC? Or
yeah, that, and there was another one. What was that, Bob?
Beantown.
Yeah, that Beantown. Yeah, don't let him forget the Beantown, Nick. He owes.
Yeah, I owe you, but it's probably not going to happen this weekend. I got too much shit. Money's going out. However, you can get unicorn bottles 10 for like $7 on Amazon Prime.
I may have to check that out. Yeah, I'm really digging the small bottles like that. I mean, these I love my capacity, but they're a little cumbersome to to drip and drive, and because we don't do that.
They're not travel friendly.
Yeah,
they're not
travel.
travel.
My vape bag so nicely.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. See, here's my here's my go bag now.
Oh, that's cute. Shaving kit?
No, actually, believe it or not, it is a SWAT kit.
Do you have tear gas
has
in there
the-
too?
Yeah, it's kind of like yours, except just in a different form. But yeah, it's got the externals here, where you can put tanks and bottles and stuff like that, and shells, and all that good stuff. Yeah, kind of the same thing as yours. Mine's just not. Mine don't say vape bag on it.
We will be selling my style bags at the shop that I work at, which is Voltage Vape Shop in Springfield, Mass. Boop, plug.
Hey,
We'll be carrying those soon.
hey, did you get admin approval for that plug?
Hey.
Fuck the admins. What do they have on us?
I thought it was a
Well,
special guest, all right?
Not really much, do they? Hey, they do know where we live, though.
Oh.
That's about all they got on us.
I hope they do, because it's us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the admin approved. 1VapingTrucker. But yeah, so let me tell you about my experience tonight. I had a lot of fun. I got to go hang out with some buddies and pick up this little LI, which, like I say, there will be a review coming on very, very shortly. So keep looking for that. And I got to be involved with a cloud comp for the first time tonight. I was asked to judge cloud comp, and that was kind of cool. A little nerve-wracking, but all in the same sense, kind of cool. We had let's see, four contestants, because it was, and here was the thing that made it special. And anybody that's watching the show that has a shop or knows somebody that has a shop, put a feeler out and mention this. It was a all-female cloud comp.
Huh.
The only rule is that it had to be above a 0.1. Nothing below 0.1. No 0.008s, nothing below a 0.1. Which is plenty low enough. I mean, everybody in the room here knows that. That's plenty low enough, because most of mine run about a 0.15, 0.14, and I mean, there's no reason you can't cloud it for days with that. But yeah, it was a complete female cloud comp. And it was actually really, really cool. The contestants were all local and had a blast. I mean, it was really, really fun. They had a good time, had some good prizes that were given out and things to that nature. And, yeah, all had a fun time by all. Did you see what I just did, Bob?
No. No, I didn't. I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to the hooligans that were outside. Oh, you finally lit the juju candle.
I just lit the juju candle. And now I have to wonder if maybe the juju candle is actually a juju candle, or maybe it's an anti-juju candle. But yeah,
that could be the reason why I've been having internet issues all night.
it could be. So now, now that that's said, we will keep an eye on you and see how you do. Don't let the hooligans get you from out front. Courtney Austin actually won the Cloud Comp over at Wired Vapor, so congratulations to her. And let's see, Heather Bailey, I think is her last name. I'd have to check, but I think it's Heather Bailey. Yeah, Heather Bailey and Kat is the other, was third place there. But yeah, they had, I mean, massive. They gave away, what was that juice you just held up, Nick?
Voluptuous?
Yeah, who was that made by?
That's the maker. That's Voluptuous Vapors.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't. It was a box. Yeah, it was a box that had that same kind of picture on it. It's Girls Vape Ash box. I can't remember exactly who made it, but that was one of the first prizes. That and a Kennedy and
Wow.
like 420 ml bottles of juice. And it just kind of came down a little bit from there to third place. But yeah, real good time over there. You guys check them out, Wired Vapor.
Very cool. I want to have a female cloud comp. There's just not a lot of cloud chaser like females where I'm at.
Well, and that's the weird thing about it. I didn't. I never really thought about it. Yeah, I was like, well, I said a female cloud competition. I mean, I know we have females all over the place that, that vape. I mean, I know that. I mean, we see them. And but yeah, like you, I didn't realize there was as many as there were. That did cloud chase. So it may be something you want to throw out. Just to see. Put out a feeler for it. Because it was definitely a lot of fun. Now, we are going to very, very quickly. Looks like I've only got about one, maybe two things to talk about from CASA this week. Alabama, call to action. Let's see. Thursday, July 21st. Okay, they're having. That makes no sense, but I'm going to read it just like it is on the screen from CASA.com. It says July 13th, 2015, Alabama Governor Robert Bentley announced that the state legislature would be heading back into a special session to hash out the details of the state's budget. One of the proposals to be discussed will be a revived version of an earlier e-cigarette tax bill. So that special session will reconvene on Monday, August the 3rd. And it is very, very vital that Alabama vapors and harm reduction advocates take this opportunity to reach out to the lawmakers to oppose any new tax on vapor products. Let's see. Wow. It's going to be pretty intense. It's going to be a 25-cent tax per milliliter.
Ooh.
Jesus.
So 5 mils is going to cost you $1.25 more. 10 mils is $2.50. 15 mils, $3.75, and a 30 mil bottle is going to cost you $7.50 more than it does right now.
So prices already are inflated.
Yeah, and yeah, just think, what's the average bottle, Nick? You work in a shop. What's an average premium bottle run?
22.
All right, so 22
brings it up to 29.
Yeah, almost $30 for a 30 mil bottle. That's almost $1 a mil, guys. Just to give you a, $30.
It's fucking ridiculous.
$30. That's a little over the top. So that will be posted to the 1VapingTrucker Big Five Show Facebook page, as always.
You know how these companies are going to get away with not paying that tax, or not having their customers pay the tax.
How's that?
It does it say juice that has nicotine in it on the bill?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so how juice companies are going to get away with it is by selling their juice with zero nic.
Well, yeah, but see, that's where it runs into a problem. And the reason I say that's going to run into a problem is because of the fact that, they're going to attempt to sell it without nic. And then you've got, of course, the shops locally are going to have to, the local shops are going to have to either eat the difference, or they're going to have to sell nic in the store to be just simply what it is, added in to the juice at a later point in time. So now, the problem I have with that is that means you've got people putting things, you're putting something else in somebody's hands that is uneducated about it and that is not used to working with nicotine or anything else.
Makes it more dangerous because then
Yes.
you have someone getting pure nicotine rather than already distilled nicotine in an e-liquid form.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of common misconceptions about nicotine, like the fact that people say, the aunts say that a child died in New York because they drank a bottle of e-liquid when in fact it was a bottle of pure nicotine,
That's right.
which is 100 milligram per milliliter. And that's what you use to cut down. You basically mix that into e-liquid in very, 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 very small doses. But people can get their hands on this pure nicotine in a big bottle, and a lot of those bottles don't have child-proof caps. So that's what we should be regulating as the industry instead of the e-liquid itself. Because, I mean, I've heard one of the aunts say, there's 36 milligrams of nicotine in 5 drops of it. And yeah, I mean, if you're using 36 and I don't think it's a toxic dose, even at 36 milligram for 1 milliliter of juice, but it is risky. I did have e-liquid spill on me before, and it definitely irritates your skin. It has like a warm feeling. It's really kind of weird, funky, but it's not the most friendly stuff to work with.
Absolutely, and that's where the problem comes in. Is if you start selling it at zero nic, and start selling nicotine straight out, you're still going to be looking at the same price per se, because they're going to have to charge for the nicotine and they're going to have to tax the nicotine. So I mean, you're still going to have the same prices. So I don't know. I mean, unless they. I don't know that that's a loophole. I actually discussed that with a juice maker at one point, and the response I got from them was pretty much the same thing. Was that that would get us by the one end, but it's going to catch us back on the backside anyway.
It's not a permanent solution whatsoever.
Yeah, it's not a permanent solution. But I'll tell you the thing I'm worried about more so than things like that is the guys and the girls and the people that don't care about what they do and what they have and are making this bathtub juice and then selling it out of the back of a car.
And that actually brings me back to Jersey and saying that there was a vendor that was mixing e-liquid on the floor, which is
I heard that. I heard about that.
Terrible thing to do.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely
anyways.
Shocking. That's shocking. You would think with everything that's going on that would not have happened.
Well, and that's what we were talking about earlier, Bob. It's you've got two types of people in this industry. You've got the guys that are just in it for the money, for the bang and the buck right now. They're going to get as much of it as they can, and then they're going to split and leave everything else in the wake. And then you've got the guys like like our sponsors, like Nick. Nick has a reputable shop. They do things the right way. Like our friend Jay does things the right way. I mean, there's the people that actually care about what's going on in the community, not about the dollar in their pocket, but what's going on in the community and helping the community to become smoke-free. And that's what this is all about. If you don't believe it, go check out, the Vaping Milita, notblowingsmoke.org, Zapata, CASA, and the list goes on and on and on and on.
And I'm going to say, real quick, I do want to mention that, you know, you can, as shop owners, if there's any shop owners out there, encourage them to come together and organize and put together either a chapter of Smoke Free. Dimitri just came to Massachusetts, and we ended up starting our own chapter of Mass Smoke Free. There's also Georgia Smoke Free, Florida Smoke Free, Tennessee Smoke Free, and more are popping up, you know, all over the place. So
we also have a chapter here in North Carolina.
So, you know, encourage shop owners to join and to donate as much as they can. Same thing with Safada. Safada is another big one that you can also join. Safada is going to help you out as business owners. If, like I said, if there's any shop owners, business owners are, you know, getting together and forming these chapters of Safada, and that definitely helps because they put the money together for hiring lobbyists to go to your local state house and fight for your right to vape. So, you know, come together, join together as one. You know, we are the vaping industry, so let's work together and we'll get through this.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. You know, if you don't stand together, you will fall apart. We have, like I was saying, we have a Safada here in North Carolina, so check that out. It's on Facebook, Safada North Carolina. It's just that simple, SFATA North Carolina. It is a nonprofit organization, and also we have the North Carolina Vaping Council, which I actually know someone that's personally involved in that one. So yeah. You know, they're in every state. All you got to do is look for them, and you will find them, and you will get some good information. And if you do have a shop that's not, you know, talking about advocacy, make sure you get them talking about it. You know, because if as a whole, if the vaping community is going to stay as we know it, we all have to have part in it, just outright. Nick, no yawning during the show. It's impolite.
So sorry.
Final thoughts. Time for final thoughts. We've been going for an hour and a half.
It is time for final thoughts. So, Nick, what you got?
I did want to mention just how you were talking about one good thing that came out of Jersey is that it shocked everyone in the community that is a vapor in Jersey. They saw it firsthand, you know, people getting fines, people getting tickets. So one good thing that came out of Jersey is actually the advocacy portion. So people are waking up right now and they're checking out what Safada is, they're checking out what Vaping Militia is, and they're going to be more likely to fight for their right to vape and actually write their senator and their congresspeople letters and emails and phone calls and all that stuff. So that one takeaway, at the very least, that's one thing that you can take away from Jersey.
Absolutely. You know, I'll tell you, that is a very large point, and that's kind of what I wanted the guys tonight to understand over there. You know, the guys that I was actually with at the shop, close friends of mine, I really adore them as people, and they are working, you know, to try to get the advocacy out and let everybody know about it. And you know, with that being on a personal note, just a way for people to understand locally how bad this could get if we let it. You know, it speaks volumes. It really does, guys.
It does. It does.
So is that all you got, Nick?
Well, yeah, just, you know, thanks for having me on the show. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Thanks for being here.
Don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/dailyvapetv. Yeah, I'm almost at 3,700. I need one more for 3,700 subscribers. So, and anyone that's watching that is a subscriber, thank you so much. You know, thank you for all the love, and you know, thank you guys again for having me. Thanks.
You're welcome, Nick. Yes, I am a subscriber of Nick's. Bob, have you subscribed? You could be his 3,700.
I think I have. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look as soon as we get off the air to see if I am, to make sure. Because if I'm lucky 3,700, that'd be awesome.
There you go.
Not only would it be awesome, but we also need to get him to plug, of course, over at his end of the world, the One Vaping Trucker and Big Bob show.
Well, I have started a vlog series, so I'll make sure to mention that I was on the show.
There we go.
Yeah,
and to be honest, it's interesting that you should mention that, Nick. I have some editing to do. I also started a vlog kind of thing. I started it a while back, and I kind of drifted away from it, and I'm coming back to it because I think it needs to be there. Yes, I did. I'm getting messages from people that were in the comp tonight wanting to know if I got the whole comp down. But yeah, so Bob Major.
Yes, sir.
What you got?
My turn? All right, folks. First off, I want to apologize yet again for my massive internet issues. I know I'm doing it old school, and everybody got used to me actually sounding decent and looking decent, and now they're looking at my ugly mug through my phone again. So, apologies all around for that. Secondly, Nick, thanks for being on the show again. It's always lovely to see you. I can't wait till I get home so I can come down to the shop, shoot the shit, trade juices with you, and
Definitely. And I got some more people for you to meet too, because I got a couple somewhat truckers, if you will, some heavy tow guys that are new regular customers at my shop, Kenny and Kyle, and his girlfriend Billie Jean. So yeah, shout out to them if they're watching right now. I want you to meet them definitely. I think you'll get along just great.
Right on. I'll give you a heads up before me and the younger brother come rolling into town.
The younger Major.
Yeah, the young Major.
Young Major.
All right, on to my spiel. Remember, guys, smoking pot and vaping is not the same thing. I gotta say that again. Smoking pot and vaping is not the same thing. Just because Paul mentioned Chuck Simmons' article where the news journalist joke of a person interviewed somebody from a head shop and compared them to vaping. I gotta say that. Smoking pot and vaping is not the same thing. Remember, folks, if you don't fight for your rights, they're just going to take them away from you. We saw it last weekend with the convention down in New Jersey, how corrupt our government is into thinking that vaping and smoking is the same thing, which regardless of the fact whether vaping and smoking is the same thing, science has shown that vaping and secondhand vapor is completely safe. Science has shown that. You know, it's just Big Brother not wanting to catch up with the times and paying attention to what our good scientists have said. Contact your congressmen, your congresswomen, your senators, your attorney generals, your governors. Let them know if they do away with vaping that you're going to do away with them as soon as the next election cycle comes around, which is right around the corner. It is coming quick. 2016 is coming real quick, so people are going to be out of a job real quick. And that scares a lot of people. So they're trying to come up with bullshit laws now. What else? Shout-outs. Shout-out to ACV, Cloud of Vapor. Great juice, guys. Guys, if you haven't checked out ACV, go ahead and check them out. I don't have their website. It's vapingandgreeping.net.
That is correct.
Okay, check them out online, vapingandgreeping.net. It'll be tagged in the description of the video. Check out our guys down at Carolina Fog. If you're in the area, say hi to Grizzly Adams himself, Mr. Chuck Simmons. Good shit right there.
No No longer Grizzly Adams. He is now Big Papa Clouds.
Big Papa Clouds.
Big Papa Clouds.
Say hi to Big Papa Clouds, a.k.a. the ZZ Top lookalike. Chuck Simmons himself. Great guy. Good shit. Check him out. Hit him up. He'll take care of you. Shout out to all our guys over at Voltage Vape in Springfield, Mass. I got to do my plug for my hometown vape shop. Bump it. Shout out to our guys over at Worcester Vapor, guys. If you are in Springfield, Mass, or Worcester, Mass, those are the two shops you got to hit up. Check them out. They're not truck accessible for our truckers that are watching, but they are stellar shops to check out if you can get in there. Rental car, taxi, what have you. Shout out to our guys over at Vapor World in London, Ohio, Todd Tremblay. And shout out to our guys at Knoxville Vapor. I hit them up this week, and they took care of me, even though I had to walk my happy little ass to a fucking ATM a half a mile away.
Well, I see it didn't hurt you, and you made it back.
I got blisters. I was wearing flip-flops.
Well, and here's my thing. Trucking, it ain't for sissies.
It isn't.
I'm just saying. You got to put on your big boy pants and put on the right shoes.
Fuck the right shoes. Until DOT says I can't wear flip-flops, I'm going to continue wearing flip-flops.
Oh, jeez. Moving on.
Oh.
Is that all you got?
I think that's all I got. Well, wait. Yeah, that's all I got.
I was going to say, there is a truck stop right down the street from the shop. So,
There is.
Yeah.
There is. The
Right by the
Sunoco.
Hall of Fame, yep. We had a trucker in there the other day.
Totally forgot about that.
Yep. Paul, what you got?
Well, I'm checking here. Somebody just sent us something, but I'm not real sure what they sent. Did you see that, Bob?
I did not.
Or was that something that came through on my end? There it is. Oh, it is official. Mr. Nick Bessette, you have just become 3,700.
Yeah, all right.
Mr. Justin Stone, subscribe to Daily Vape TV, puts you at 3,700. So there's a milestone for you, dear sir, and you can say that it happened on the One Vaping Trucker and Big Bob show.
Thank you. So,
with that being said, yeah, all of us pretty much have YouTube channels. Be sure to check them out. Nick's is Daily Vape TV. Mine is 1VapingTrucker on YouTube, just as simple as that. Big Bob has... I don't
Not had the chance to set up on YouTube.
yet. I'm
still working on this whole technology thing.
We're constantly owning to do something. So here's what I'm going to say, guys. Hey Nick, are you saying you're going to get that to Bob?
oh, he wishes.
No, I was going to say if you're going to do that, bring it to me, brother. I could definitely use it. I've got a big convention coming up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, here's what I'm going to say. And it has been put out to me, and I am going to put it back out to you. Once again, we greatly appreciate you watching. Now, here's what you're going to get for watching. Me and Mr. Major here, we're going to have a little competition. Now, we're going to move this in to include you guys. Now, we are going to be giving away a Carolina box mod. Now, we're going to work out some details on how you're going to get that Carolina box mod. I will tell you that it will have to do with YouTube subscription and likes on the One Vaping Trucker and Big Bob show on YouTube.
And attention to detail.
And attention to detail. Now, I've got a personal challenge from me and Mr. Major here. We're going to have a competition. As you all know, Bob is a technological goofball. We love him, but he's not hip with the technology. I'm going to say, and I'm going to put this out there for everybody to see, we have a Instagram channel.
Which I just figured out today how to post up a video on there.
Which you did figure out today. Props to you, Mr. Major. Props to you. Now, what I'm going to do is, between me and Bob, we're going to see who can be the most active on that Instagram channel. Now, that is going to help you guys out. There it is. There it is. Look at that.
Followed. I have one too.
I need to change that profile picture where it's the both of us, though. I just haven't got around to doing that yet. So, Daily Vape TV. Make sure you subscribe to his Instagram. Subscribe to the One Vaping Trucker and Big Bob Instagram. You're going to start seeing a lot of activity from me and Mr. Major. I'm going to guarantee it. Because me and him are going to have a conversation that we're going to talk about off camera. So just me and him know about it. But there's some stuff up for grabs here too. So, like always, guys, we appreciate you watching. Thanks for tuning in. We had 5 viewers at a high point, dropped it down to 4, went back up to 5, and now we're back to 4. So we appreciate it. A lot of our stuff doesn't get viewed live. However, we do get a lot of playbacks, which is what counts. So, with that being said, make sure you subscribe. It's either going to be up here or over here or maybe down there. But it will be somewhere. The opportunity, that's right, Nick, for you to subscribe to our channel. Now, those subscriptions are going to make a difference. It's going to allow us to bring you better stuff, better content, and like I said, there's going to be a giveaway, but pay attention to details. That will be coming soon. Guys, give a shout out to, of course, our sponsors, Carolina Fog and A Cloud of Vapor over at Morganton, and they are blowing me up. Oh, that's just too good to pass up. I've got to do it. I'll closing thoughts, but I've got to do it. It's just too good. Someone from the show chat wants to know if you have the fingerless gloves, Bob, to go with your flip-flops.
I do not. I do not have the fingerless gloves that go with my flip-flops.
Ah.
However, I can get some. I can get some. They do sell them in the Petro. It's part of the Super Trucker package.
All right, so there we have that answer. Guys, once again, thanks for tuning in. We do greatly appreciate it. Sponsors, we greatly appreciate you and everything you do for us and the community. Give a shout out to my boy Gary Hall, Misty, down in Georgia at Fogaholics. Make sure you check those guys out. They got a good juice line. Also, of course, what can be said about our dear gentlemen and friends over at Fox Juice Company? Like I say, had the opportunity today to judge Cloud Comp over there, Wired Vapors. Check them out. They're here local. Carolina Fog. I think that is everybody. Guys, once again, tune in next week. I promise you next week's going to be a little better because I don't think I've got a Cloud Comp. So we'll be on time next week. My apologies for us running behind schedule. It is completely my fault. But we got to do what the fans in the world wants. So, guys, once again, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Stay safe out there, guys.
Guys, be good. Remember, be happy, vape safe.
And always keep the rubber on the ground.
No. We do not do that anymore.